So in 2023, I had the worst and my last rot phase in my entire life. I was on my 6th failing business and I was doing just enough work to tell myself that I haven't quit yet, but I'm starting to fall down this dark rabbit hole of like, is this shit even gonna work? Am I even gonna make any money? Like, why should I even bother anymore? That's called the rot phase, and every single young man goes through this probably multiple times. The first one starts after you finish secondary school, after you finish high school, because you start to lose interest in your old hobbies and you get a bunch of freedom from leaving school. But you realize that all that freedom that you just got, all that time freedom, doesn't actually mean anything. Because sure, you're out of school and maybe now you have to work or maybe now you have to go to college, but you still can't afford to move out. You still literally have to go to work or college, which is fucking shit because most of the time your parents are forcing you to do this stuff. And all of your friends have moved away or they just have their own lives, so you get way fucking lonelier. Working was miserable, not working was also miserable, and my life was just completely dog shit. And when life gets like that, it's very difficult to continue to do productive habits. It's very difficult to do anything that improves your life because all you want to do is not think about your life. You want to think about something else. You want to numb the pain. And I just wanted to feel something else. That makes life so miserable. And to escape the misery, I would distract myself and I would numb all of my feelings just by focusing on scrolling or video games or something else just so I could get my mind off of things. And that obviously leads to months and months of rotting away. And by the way, in my Discord, we've got a bunch of guys who have been through something like this. And if you want to share your story, and if you want to listen to other people's stories who are just like you, who've been through the same thing, then join the Discord. It's the first link in the description. Instead of working, I started scrolling on YouTube, playing video games, eating shit food. And I remember this specifically as well. I started watching The Office, and if you've seen The Office, it's like fucking 9 seasons. But I watched it all in like a few weeks. I did it all just so I didn't have to think about my life, because my life felt like fucking shit. Bear in mind that at this point, I'm running this business, I'm trying to start something and make some money online, but I'm doing the bare minimum possible. Like maybe an hour, maybe 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes most days. But still, somehow, I managed to book a meeting with a potential customer. I'm going to charge this customer like £2,000, which is like $2,500. So I'm really excited for this. But we go on the call, I pitch him the offer, and of course he doesn't buy it. It's some shitty chatbot that I made in like 30 minutes that is definitely not worth £2,000. And he says no. But instead, he offered me something else. He offered to mentor me. And for the first time in my life, I had some real accountability. Because if I did not show up to that meeting, if I did not show him some progress in my business, he was just going to forget about me and move on with his life. And I would have been left down here and the opportunity was just passed. This guy that I randomly met now expected things of me. He started messaging me on WhatsApp, asking me how my business is going, how's progress with everything. And I knew that I couldn't show up empty-handed. I couldn't come to him and say, sorry bro, I played video games all day again. That wasn't going to happen because then he would leave me. And that opportunity and that accountability changed everything. I immediately started working way harder, and it wasn't because I was disciplined. It was because I had motivation to work towards something, and I had someone behind me pushing me to work towards my goals. That tiny little pressure of having someone there who, by the way, I did not fucking know this guy. This was like some random geezer on the internet that I met, a random client that I wanted to sell something. But having that little pressure of someone behind you asking you how your business is going or how life's going, that pushed me towards making more progress towards my goals. And it snowballed into me making a little bit of progress because I had to catch up, into me falling back in love with making progress and working towards my goals. One of the best feelings in the world is making progress towards something that you care about. So after a few months of positive momentum from having accountability and this guy pushing me towards something, and myself just enjoying the process again, I actually started to see results. Instead of going deeper down that dark, depressing fucking hole of like, nothing's working, why should I even bother, I don't want to do this anymore, I got pulled out of that and I started genuinely making money in my business. I also got super consistent in my training, in my diet, and everything else about my life improved. And for the first time, I genuinely enjoyed how I was living. I got out of that rot phase for good because I had accountability and because I had the positive snowball momentum of making a little bit of progress, falling in love with making progress, and then just watching as the snowball rolls down the hill. That's why I made this Discord, because you need accountability. You need someone who's been through what you've been through to just give you that little bit of push to get that snowball rolling and finally start making a little bit of progress. Because listen, realistically, you already know exactly what you need to do. You don't need another fucking top 7 ways to get out of a rut video. What you need is someone to hold you accountable and give you the support that they needed when they were on their journey. It's much easier to follow a path if you've got a guy behind you telling you exactly which direction to go. Once you have accountability and support, making progress feels fucking easy again because you have that momentum to keep going, and that momentum only builds up and builds up and builds up. And that's how you get out of the rot phase. So listen, if you want to get out and if you want my help, join the Discord, send me a DM once you're inside, and I will help you get out of the rot phase for good. If you don't want to join, then click and watch that. Goodbye.